Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of Smart Minds, Good Times. Today, I have a very special guest. I figured if the first episode was going to be a good one, I had to find the best person I know. So, special guest, tell me a little bit about yourself, what you do, introduce yourself.
I don't know about the best person you know, but
best person I know for sure. Best person I know for sure.
I don't know. I appreciate it though, for sure.
I didn't know anybody better for the first episode. I figured go big or go home.
That's right. I like it. I like your mindset.
So,
I really do. It's awesome. Y'all have a really nice setup here for sure.
Thank you, bro. Yeah,
awesome.
We worked pretty hard on it, but I think it came out pretty decent.
Yeah, for sure, man. I really like it. It's a start. It's a good start.
So yeah, tell people a little bit about yourself, bro.
For sure. So I'm Dani. As you know, I do car scene stuff mainly. That's what people initially know me for.
Mm-hmm.
Typically just car club stuff, going to shows, showing apparel, pushing stuff out for the community.
Yeah.
Just really trying to get the car scene out there in a positive aspect to where we can push out there in the scene to really keep it alive because it's really strict right now. So.
I feel that. So a lot of people I have on social media actually see like the car things I post, and some people don't know. But Dani is the one that runs all that. You guys may recognize this, Upper Echelon. This is all Dani. That's the club Dani runs. So, Dani, tell me a little bit about that club. When you started?
I started it, I think, a year and a half ago in March, I think I'm going to say.
2021?
Yeah, 2021 I started it. And ever since then, it was a slow start. Mm-hmm. We had members that I previously already knew from somewhere else, and we just started it from there. I knew some people that were really down to earth, and that's what we really want. We want personality over cars. It's really the quality of the people before quality of car. It's always nice to have a nice car, but if it's a shitty person, you don't want to.
Yeah, you got
a car with a crappy personality.
I feel like that's what Upper Echelon stands for, having just quality over quantity, right?
For sure.
Both on the car side and on the member side. So
definitely.
If that makes sense, I feel like that was a theme you were originally going for when you first started it?
Yeah, I mean, my main goal with just having the car scene in general, I never really wanted to be out there in the public.
Yeah.
It was really my thing. I enjoyed cars, but I didn't really like being out there. Just as a kid, I wasn't really out there comfortably. That's just what I didn't do. But having people around me that were chill, relaxed, and could keep me around in an enjoyed environment is something I always wanted. So seeing people out in the community really didn't have anything out there for me to grab and really get into. So I decided to make something for myself that I could really take advantage of and really give opportunity out for myself and other people in the community.
That's good, because I will say, though, just from what I've seen in the last year, I feel like Upper Echelon, I'm not just saying this because I know you, I feel like Upper Echelon, if not the best club in Virginia, it'll be one of the best clubs. And so far, I feel like it's already up there, like top 3, to be honest. I feel like, because I feel like people only really support what's popular, and the quantity side, people don't really see the quality side, like more like a, how can I explain, like a boutique, right? It's
Definitely.
More, they focus more on quality. They're not out here pushing so much stores or trying to get out to the public. They're about quality. So I feel like that's what Upper Echelon, that's how I see Upper Echelon. Mm-hmm. More like an exclusive thing, and they just solely focus on quality, not being the most popular and stuff.
Yeah, the one thing that a lot of people think about Upper Echelon, when I first made the name, it's a name I used to play with a video game. Yeah. So it's back in the day. It was something that really came down to earth for me. So that name meant a lot for me because just growing up, I had that name in mind. So knowing that people back in the day I played games with that were really positive, I really take that aspect and put it into something else. So something more serious.
That's good.
Upper Echelon is a really important definition and actually real vocabulary. And we want to push that out there for sure. But it's not just about the quality and exclusivity. People that think of Upper Echelon think it's just some kind of really bougie club that people just have nice cars and a lot of money, and they're just kind of douches, kind of like a Corvette. So
yeah.
That's how people think of Corvette owners. They think they're just douches with a lot of money. Some people are, but it's any car person.
No, in reality, in Upper Echelon, everybody there, all the people I've talked to, all the members, everybody's cool. Everybody's very open-minded. No one's like, oh, yeah, I'm the best car in the club, or I'm the dude with the most money. Everybody's, like, really friendly. Everybody.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, nobody's going to be out there trying to push themselves in front. I mean, even myself, I put my own car to the side if I need to. I know what's needed to be done, and I know what needs to be up front when it needs to be up front. And it's all in timing as well. There's some people in the club that haven't had a car up front in a year, and that's just because they're building it and taking time with it. It's all in timing. people need to be patient. A lot of people are really quick and act fast. So I try to teach patience as much as possible.
That's good.
I know I wasn't patient when I was younger. So
I feel like I'm a lot like that. And you have told me, I remind you a lot about yourself. Like, oh, you want everything too quick and stuff. But for sure. I feel like I'm learning on being patient and taking one thing at a time in life. But
yeah, definitely. Stocks definitely help with that.
Oh, stocks. Yeah. We'll save that later on. Danny also trades stocks. That's how I met Danny. I met him through a mutual friend. We were in a trading group chat, and I remember one time he posted in the group chat. I think it might have even been this same hoodie, but in purple and black that I bought. And he was like, "Oh, I'm selling these merch," and I was like, "Oh, how much?" And he was like, $45. So the first time I met Danny was actually at a gym, American Family, and I went to go buy a hoodie, and then ever since from there, we just always talk to each other about stocks. And one time, the first time I actually hung out with Danny, it was we were trading one morning like on FaceTime, then I think we both made decent amount of money. I think I made like 200, 300. You made like what, almost 200 too, maybe?
Yeah, I would say. I honestly I can't remember, but I'd say that.
Yeah, we were.
It's average 250. So
yeah, something like that. And so I was like, "Oh, what you doing later on today?" Because we were done trading for the day. And he was like, "Oh, I'm actually going out to the Outer Banks for a car show." And then so me just playing around, I was like, "Oh, no invite." And so he was like, "Yo, you can come if you want. Just meet me at my house at like." It was like short notice.
Yeah, it was last second for sure.
I had to pack for the whole weekend in like an hour or less.
I think it was a 2-day notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a 2-day notice.
And then so we got my things and we were out, and that was the first time I saw like Upper Echelon in action. It was out at Beach Bash.
Yeah, Beach Bash.
Beach Bash.
Outer Banks.
Outer Banks, yeah. And so they brought out all the cars. They booked an Airbnb for the weekend, and I mean that was new to me. Like I met a lot of cool people that I know today because of you, and I mean it sparked the interest in me, like in cars and stuff like that.
For sure.
So I mean, like
euphoric, for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely an experience. I'm like, damn, this is cool. But yeah, I feel like I've seen what you've done with the car club. Like even the last few events you've been to and stuff. One thing I do like about Upper Echelon is they focus on the community a lot. Yeah. They're not trying to be destructive and trying to just be popular or be the talk of the town. They're just focused on being quality people, and they do a lot for the community. Like I will say, one of the coolest things I've seen a car club do locally is Toys for Tots. You want to talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we host Toys for Tots every year around Christmas time, usually a week or two before Christmas. We usually host it at Bass Pro Shops, but this year we're actually doing it at Drive Shack.
Drive Shack,
okay. Yeah. So that's going to be fun. We're actually going to have free playtime for certain people out there. When they come out there and they donate toys, they'll get free playtime as well in hand with that. So it'll be something that can work hand in hand with each other. More entertainment for the people, and this gives out for the community as well.
Because last year's Toys for Tots, it was like what 7-8 months ago.
Yeah,
it was a success because it was pretty good, right?
Yeah, definitely. I was a little worried. The weather was wet, cold, and it was ugly. But thankfully we had, like I said, quality over quantity is always the best thing. And I mean, we had all our buddies come out from Nova, DC area with supercars, exotics, and other people with JDM build cars, tuner cars, just quality people and quality cars. Yeah. It was really nice of it.
I remember that. I remember the two big lineup was Corey he has a blue NSX, Jason with the purple Lambo, and
it was Eric's R8.
Yeah, and then someone also had the SR,
Flacco's
Flacco SRT.
Yeah,
he had the McLaren, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That I feel like that was a pretty good lineup.
He actually just bought a Lambo. Shout out to him.
Sure. Oh, really? Damn, that's cool. Yeah. I follow him on Instagram, so shout out to Flacco SRT. I still remember that red McLaren. That thing was nice. Yeah. But we had a lot of toys at Toys for Tots that the last time.
Specifically our buddy Kev. He bought
Kevin,
him and his buddies brought over a lot of toys. I think it was over $2,000 toys.
Damn. Yeah. It was a lot. I saw they literally came up in like a couple cars, and the whole car was full
of toys, trunk, back seats, everything. They pulled it up in 2 cars. It was crazy. It was awesome, and it's awesome to see people like that support the community.
Yeah, and like Kevin, he's a Forex trader that we know. I met him through Danny as well. He's gonna be on the podcast soon. He already knows about it, so he'll be on the podcast, and he's someone that will be very interesting to talk to.
Definitely, he's a very smart guy.
Yeah,
very smart.
Yeah. But yeah, that was cool. Like, you know, because it's not like Kevin seems like someone. He seems like he does way too well for himself in a good way, but he's humble.
It takes time, man. You got another process.
He seems very humble, and just from that, you can tell a lot about a person just based off of one experience too. And that was the first time I actually met him in person.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I saw him pull up like with joy, bringing out toys for people less fortunate.
Yeah.
I only brought, I think, 4, and you know, he came out with like a carload of toys.
I mean, you know, it depends on your lifestyle, you know.
Yeah, and you know, I gotta ask, when you were younger, did you ever think you were gonna run a car club?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not even in the spotlight. Like, I mean, I think I'd still be at home playing video games, just chilling, you know.
I feel that.
I mean, I still do that. Don't get me wrong, but I'm more out there. I do take opportunities when I can and network when I can. But I mean, I was never a kid that really wanted to do that kind of thing. I was never comfortable going out there like that. People always looked at me differently, and I didn't like that. I never did. So being different definitely helped, and it made me grow up a little faster and wake up to how the world is and how people see you. Because when you first meet somebody, it's kind of easy to tell how they are, especially me. I can really read somebody pretty well because they judge you book by cover, a lot of people, and it's really easy to see that. So I just never really wanted to be out there like that. People are very negative, demonic, evil, whatever you want to call it, and this world is just not good like that. And I always want to push positivity, and that was something that encouraged me to do like that. Because
I feel like people that are like that comes with a lot of immaturity because I mean, like, I feel like everybody eventually at one point was judging a book by its cover, but you don't learn unless from experience. Like, because that's one thing I stopped doing a long time ago is judging a book by its cover because it's like it's the people you least expect it from that do what the unexpected, right?
Definitely.
So I feel like that's something I picked up a long time ago. You can't judge a book by its cover. It doesn't matter what clothes they wear, what hat they have. Doesn't matter.
Nope.
Shoes doesn't matter. And most of the people I've met that are like the most cool people I've ever met are people like just casual, like you would just casual. You see from a look of our eyes, just casual, like
guys.
This guy's a nobody or something.
I mean, if you know watches, you might see a nice watch on their wrist, but that's about it.
Yeah, and so I feel like I was at one point like that, but you know, people that are still stuck in that mindset, like oh, he doesn't have expensive shoes, so he's a bum, or stuff like that. Is like that's such a very
it's just a high school
mindset.
Kind of mindset, you know.
I feel like a lot of people nowadays, especially my age, never really truly make it out of high school.
I would say that for my generation as well. I mean, it's both of our generations. It's close to each other. 2000s and 90s. I'm not 90s, but I'm right in the middle.
Yeah.
2001, but it's close. But people just, I mean, it's any generation. Honestly, it's all generations. But people just got to learn, take time, and be patient. Honestly.
Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of people just they get out of high school and I guess I don't know if they miss the social life or I need to see I think they got too used to seeing their friends every day, or they made that their whole life or personality, and instead of focusing on their own life, they just went and constantly chased that feeling outside of school, and it kind of leads to it could lead to a very social life. Don't get me wrong, but it could also lead to a life with very bad decisions.
It depends on how you take the opportunities you get. If you know how to network and use that network to your advantage, I mean, it can help you a lot and actually help those people as well. Because, I mean, end of the day, you want to help yourself, help others.
Yeah.
Because if you can do that, you're going to level up even faster. Because if you're going to help yourself and can you help somebody else at the same time, it's just a win-win. Evolving with other people around you is the best way to evolve.
Yeah, that's true. You know, one thing most people do nowadays is like, I feel like people nowadays are very selfish, or they don't have, maybe it's because they don't have the right people around them, but people nowadays can't really build something with somebody or just network or just help each other out.
Yeah.
They're very like it's like I only want things to be one-sided. It's like, that's not how the world works. And just like anything, you get what you give in life. I feel like whatever energy you put out in life is what you get back. I feel like that's the same for anything.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, in the car scene aspect of that, car clubs don't like to work together a lot. It's pretty difficult for them to work together. It actually took me about a year almost to get most clubs to work with us, and still now locally, we don't get all the scene to work with us, and it's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. We still work around it. But I mean, if they all work together, you can only imagine how the Virginia 804 scene would be.
Yeah.
757 works together here or there, but if the whole 804 came together, it would be a huge turnaround for the community. But people always like those clicks. They want that attention. They want to have it for their club. They want the follows. They want the most follows. I think there's like a counter on the 804 who has the most follows on like the car scene.
Really?
It's like, why?
Yeah.
That's the point, man. I mean, follows are follows, but I mean, I tell my buddy who also runs 804 Meets, Vinny. Shout out to Vinny. He's the OG 804 Meets runner.
And
there to help him out. That's all.
You guys run it together, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people that are watching this in the area actually follow 804 Meets. So Dani is one of the people that, one of two people that runs 804 Meets. And let me just take a quick second. Recently in March, I had a buddy, Jason Lopez, rest in peace, Jason Lopez, who passed away on a really bad motorcycle accident. And if you guys remember, we did a car meet for him, and we got all the car community together for him. You guys may not know this, but Dani was the one that set it up for him, gave him a quick call, and he was just like, yeah, don't worry about it. He helped push the GoFundMe out to everybody. And because of Dani, we were able to raise the goal for the GoFundMe, I think in less than 2 days. It was a $12,000 goal. And if it wasn't for Dani, the family would be very, I don't know how it would have turned out, but you know, you helped us a lot. And just having that car meet for him, it was really, I feel like I can speak for everybody. It was a good experience. I'm not saying it was an enjoyable one, because obviously it was in memory, but it was a good experience. And I feel like that would not have been possible if it wasn't for you. So like I said, they don't know who was behind that, but I know. So Dani is a good friend of mine. And I've always had a lot of respect for Dani. And after that, it was like, yo, whatever you need. You remember I told you, whatever you need, bro, I got you. And I feel like after, like I said, you're my good graces forever. They don't know that, but Dani is the one that made that happen. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it. Thank you, seriously. But it's not all me. I'm just making a post. You know, that's what it is. I'm just making a post, and the community's gonna come out there and do what the community does. And it could have been negative. It could have been positive. You never know what's gonna happen. But I knew that that the family was on board, and the people in the community knew who Jason was for sure. Yeah. And they respected that. And the fact that I didn't know Jason at all, but the people around me knew Jason, and I could definitely tell he made an impact on people around him. And it sucks to lose someone like that for sure at a young age. Lose anybody.
Yeah.
But it was rough for the community, and having something like that to build the community up together was something we needed for sure at that time.
I feel like that was a really cool experience, just seeing like how people can come together through what it's not just, even though it's a community thing, it's like how people can be brought together by cars.
Definitely.
You know, by the car scene. So I feel like that's people in the car community. There's good people and bad people, just like anything else. But I feel like there was definitely like quality over quantity, I guess. I feel like that was one of those things where like people were very respectful, and it was quality over quantity.
Everybody was in good hearts that night for sure.
Yeah.
Everybody was there for good reasons, and it worked out really well. It definitely worked out really well.
I think so too. But yeah, it's like I gotta ask, like, what the 804 car scene right now is very divided. It's very hectic, and a lot of things are shutting down. Cars and coffee. I think that's just now coming back this coming Saturday. Like, how do you think, like, what do you think is the best way to go about trying to fix the car community again?
Personally, I'm not looking to fix the car community, in my opinion. I'm just looking to better the aspect and the environment that I'm in. I'm not going to try and go out there and try to help somebody that doesn't want to be helped. You know, because that's what it is. It's exactly what it is. And the people that want to work in the community the right way, they come to events and they come and have fun and they enjoy it. They bring their families, they bring their friends, and they continue to grow the events to be the right way. And I'm not looking to bring everybody on board. So I'm not looking to fix the community, because the community is never going to be fixed, unfortunately. But
too far past that.
Yeah, definitely. But it is what it is, kind of thing, and you can move in ways to avoid that, and just take your time with it. You got to be patient, because people still are going to dump stuff, and you just got to work around it. So
Yeah, I mean, there's, I guess, like I said, like anything in life, there's people, good people, bad people, and people of all types of things. So, yeah, you can't help somebody that doesn't want to be helped. That's 100% true.
yeah.
But yeah, it's like, so being that you run a car club in Richmond and one of the best ones, if not the best one in Richmond, I know people that have tried running their own car club, and I feel like it's all like, they're very excited about it, but when it comes to like growing it, they don't have the patience or
Yeah.
they're not willing to put that work in. Why do you think you were able to make it happen and some people just couldn't make it happen? Is it based on is it something that one is somebody's responsible for, or is it just people wouldn't support it? Or what do you think?
Well, first, shout out to Slam to Fair and Euro Society because those two organizations in the community are really pushing out there for the scene the right way.
Yeah.
And they're doing it good, really well. It's just taking time for them to grow, just like us. But I don't think everybody really understands what it what it takes to be a organizer of a car club, because you have to be able to take care of the members in the club and make sure they're good, and also they're good with each other. Because if you put somebody in the club just because of a car, and you don't ask everybody how they feel about that person, you don't know if they're going to match. You always have to kind of bring everybody around each other, get their kind of mindset, see how they feel, see their chemistry, and go from there. But people don't take time. They kind of want to see the recruit.
Yeah.
You'll see a lot of posts online when people start car clubs to be like, recruiting's open, DM us, kind of thing. And you can start like that, but it really should start with like going to events, meeting someone making a friend, and going from there. It shouldn't really be online based.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be Tinder, So it's not the way you want to do it. People won't do that though because they want to do it fast.
Yeah.
And they want to get it done, but they don't see the process and the art in it because they just want to have the clicks. That's all it is.
Makes sense.
So, yeah.
It's like I said, I don't run a car club, but based on from what I've seen from you and what you've told me is like running a car club, especially one in like yours, is a business. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm gonna give it like a little description of how I see it. I mean, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, but it's like it's not just posting a picture and having people out here. You gotta deal with people that run the place, the parking lot of the spot. Deal with them, making sure getting all the members on time. If you're selling,
Never gonna be on time. That's clear.
Just
not gonna happen.
It's like setting up with like employees. Like, hey, are you sure you're gonna be able to make it and stuff like this? Networking. I mean, if you're selling clothes, it's like you got to go out there, design the clothes, make the clothes, and people don't see the business aspect of it and what goes behind the scenes. So I mean, if you want to share to people a little bit about that, I feel like this would be the best moment too.
Yeah, there's a lot of instruments in play, and there's a lot of things people don't see behind the scenes, but I'm fine with that. I love it. I love being in my own mind, in my own space, and I don't need a pat on the back, I mean, I appreciate it when it comes, but I don't need it. I see myself as my own motivation, and the Lord Jesus Christ, of course, but other than that, I mean, I'm just going to push it out there and do as best as I can to just continue to make it better and better and better every single time I can and make it different, creative.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's because, like, I feel like that's what a lot of people really look for is, like, attention or maybe attention, but, like, I feel like they just want that fulfillment of, like, hey, I did this. I should be rewarded.
Yeah.
In reality, you will never find that. You can only really build that by yourself, and I feel like if you're chasing fulfillment, then you'll never get it. And that's anything in life. If you're gonna do something, do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Even if you, like you said earlier, if you can bring people and help them on the way of that, then that's just a bonus. I feel like that's a really good mindset to have.
Yeah, I would say if you're gonna do it for yourself, just make sure you're doing it the right way. You're not being selfish, because you always want to bring something around you, people or someone around you, to continue to evolve on whatever you're doing. You don't want to be alone always. It's not always good to be alone. It's good to be strong, full, and independent, but it's not always good to be by yourself.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a relationship. It can be business-wise, friendship-wise. I mean, anything.
Yeah. I feel like. I mean, I don't know if this is the same thing for everybody. I feel like people have two sides to them. I feel like everybody is one person when they're alone, like at home, in the bedroom, in their head. They're another person when they're social. They have to be express what they feel. So I feel like you can't always be stuck in your head being alone. Like a lot of young people nowadays, like they don't really get out there a lot. Not even to like work a job or go meet friends. Some people don't even really have friends like that. And I mean, I feel like I can't say it's their fault, but one way and another, it does truly depend on you because if you really wanted to go out there and put yourself out there, you could.
Yeah.
In any type of aspect. There's a lot of things you can really put yourself into. It's not like just go out to the mall and talk to people. You could start somewhere small. If you like, let's just say, soccer, go out to the soccer league, meet people there and start from there. I would say like just a lot of young guys, especially like 23, right?
22, yeah.
22. I'm 18. Between 18 and 22, that's still very young, especially for men. I feel like a lot of men lack fulfillment, and I don't know if they're chasing. Maybe they don't get. I feel like a man is happiest when they're building something, when you have a purpose in life, and a lot feel like within that age range, people don't really know what to do, and they don't have something to build towards, so they don't have anything to look forward to.
Yeah.
I feel like people need to. Whatever it may be, it could be something big or small. People need to like have something, a purpose, a goal they want to work towards, and make it happen in order to feel fulfillment. Because man in our nature, we have to like we feel good when we make something happen. I don't know. It's like feel like people need to actually get themselves out there and make something happen.
For sure. Yeah, like you said, people need a passion. And people feel good when they have that strong hand in anything, especially a man.
Yeah.
When they get that girl, when they get that check, when they get that job, it just feels really good. And you just gotta be positive, honestly. It's having that first bad time at a soccer game or at anything. That discourages people to come back out because they've already been introverted so long. And when that bad thing happens, it makes it even worse. It makes it have PTSD almost kind of thing. And they don't like it. It's hard to come back out again.
Yeah.
But you can do it. It's just difficult. It might take some time, but you have to independently be able to push yourself forward without having somebody motivate you because it's only going to take one other person to say something else to make you demotivated again. So if you need someone else to motivate you to do something, it's not going to work.
It's never going to work. And one thing is like you just said, all it takes is that one person to demotivate you. People can't walk around life with that mindset, just putting too much thought into what one person said. Because in reality, you can't really care. Because
it's your life. You gotta let that go. They're living their own life, and if they're saying something to you, they just want to bother your life, and they're jealous or something. It might not even be jealousy. It's just stupidity or something. That's how they live their life. How do you want to live yours? You don't want to live your life like that. They're living negative, and something's going on negative in their life if they're doing something like that. So,
because in reality, that person is gonna say something, and forget about it 5 seconds later, and the other person, if you're not exactly mature enough or strong enough in the head, you're gonna. You might even carry something that person may have said. You might carry it on for the rest of your life.
Yeah, burns into you for years. Yeah.
But I feel like everybody. That's how everybody grows. Even as an adult, like, just take the experience you had as a kid in the social aspect, and you kind of, I guess that's what forms character. Because I feel like from experience, that's what turns somebody into who they are. Obviously, some people that may have had really good social life as a young kid might be very social and very outgoing once they're older. But I feel like if you're bullied as a kid or maybe didn't have the best experiences or stuff like that, it's very easy to be introverted or depressed and be scared to go out there, For sure. But I feel like one thing you did tell me yesterday is when that, like, I take it a lot to the head, is like when you're in doubt, that's when you go for it. That's the perfect moment. And I feel like even like that in life, if you're scared to go talk to that girl, you're scared to go make friends, you're scared to go to a new place, a new job, I feel like that's when you should. That's the best way to feel.
Worst thing is gonna happen is a no.
It's a no.
It's just the worst thing gonna happen. Imagine what else can happen. There's a lot of things gonna happen.
It's like there's very little downside and
no, it's not.
All the possibilities.
All up.
Yeah,
it'll all be up. You never know. The no is nothing but a break even.
Trading joke. Maybe, some people might get that, some people might not. But yeah, I feel like I gotta give a big like shout out to you, or just give credit where credit is due, because like I said, I haven't been around you too long. It's been like around a year, but like just kind of having someone like you to like talk to or knowing, I'm like, damn, I see, you run a car club, you're building something. I'm not saying I want to start a car club, but I'm saying like you're building something. I see what it takes to build it and the behind the scenes, the work you put in. And at times I'm like, yo, why don't I build something, whatever it may be, right? I'm like, I should build something. I had thought about it, like, yo, should I start selling clothes? Should I start doing this and that? Things, I mean, I have already tried before or have not. And I feel like that's kind of like one thing I want to do with this podcast. I feel like it is about growing and building something. And this shirt right here, I feel like my sister, shout out to my sister, she made this shirt right here. Yo, David, tell me that shirt right there, bro. You see? So I feel like the background is really nice, like the back side. I feel like eventually, I feel like I could start selling these, and maybe have people on the show wear these and kind of like brand it. For sure. So I feel like that's one thing you do very well, marketing and branding, because I feel like that's another reason why car clubs don't really keep pushing forward, because it does take a lot of marketing, right?
It takes a lot of attention. It's like a baby. You got to take care of it. You got to take attention to it. And if you don't continue to be spontaneous with your content and good content, it's not going to turn out well for you. There's a lot of people that turn around and they'll make spotty, half-assed stuff, and it's annoying. And that's one reason I really got into the car events too. I never liked to be in the spotlight because I didn't like it. I never liked being in the spotlight as a kid, so I didn't want to start as it being in the club or organizer. So when I did start in the car scene, I started with my buddy Sharom. Shout out Sharom, funny dude.
Sharom,
yeah.
Sharom, okay.
Yeah, really funny guy. He runs Off Book Meets. It's an OG account that used to be running back in the day in like 2020, 2021. It was when I first got the email. I was 19. But really cool guy. And we ran meets back then before I got too serious with it. And I was just behind the scenes. He kind of just took the forefront and talked to the community for us. And that was, I would say, the one time in the community that the community was together. Everybody was together. It was before everything got too chaotic. And it was like the good times, the deja vu kind of thing. And definitely a fun time to have, but I don't miss it as much because where we're growing to now is better than where we were. We went from having meets at a Dollar General parking lot to having a broken down, shut down place to now having a Drive Shack and other places like that. So it's fun. And
tell me if I'm wrong, but Drive Shack is it this Friday coming up or is it next?
So unannounced so far. There's a lot of events coming up right now in the area, and I don't like to contradict with other things going on. I like to work with them, not fight them.
If people want to know when they're coming, should they follow 804 Meets and Upper Echelon?
They can follow either. It'll be on both. It's a collab with 804 Meets and Upper Echelon. Upper Echelon will have all the events, no matter what, up there. 804 Meets will have all events in the area, so it might be a little confusing.
So a lot of people, I feel like, already follow the 804 Meets page, and not too many follow the Upper Echelon page. At least people I may know. But I'll leave the link for both pages down in the bio. Definitely go check out both pages. And that way you guys know where the car meets are at. Because even when I go to car meets and stuff, the Perfect Pollo ones and stuff, people are like, yo, how do you know about these car meets, or where do you go to? And I was like, I just follow 804 Meets. So I feel like people just need to know about that.
I mean, it works hand in hand, honestly, in my opinion. I don't try to push out there to follow the page unless I really want that person to follow the page and I want them to come out.
Yeah.
But people that follow 804 for the community, and people that follow Upper Echelon typically will follow Upper Echelon for their own liking.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like when people pick and choose because it likes to really show if they're wanted support.
Yeah.
And we don't want half supporters out there. We want support.
Yeah. So I gotta ask, like, who?
Back, baby.
We're back. We took a little cut. We took a little cut. But so I gotta ask, right? In the car scene, like, who was like your mentor? Someone that like you really looked up to? Like, oh, you know what? Damn, I should really get into the car scene.
As I got into cars more when I grew up and I could afford them, my buddy at Lowe's was actually my boss at the time. His name was Tate. and he is now a top manager, district manager for Lowe's. But he had all types of cars. When I first met him in the parking lot of the Lowe's, I'm walking into work and I see a wide body E46 outside. I mean, fully bagged out, roll cage, you name it, it's on the car. I mean, this thing is perfectly made. And I was like, wow, this thing is beautiful. Whose car is this? And sure enough, it's my boss's. So I was like, wow, what do you do? Blah, blah, blah. He got me into crypto and all that kind of stuff. And from there, it just went off. And he really motivated me to show me how humble you need to be in the process it takes to do what you needed to do. He was looking to retire just with $1 million in the bank account and just do what he wants. But now he's motivated to just continue to work for the district management because he's not having to walk around stores and nothing crazy. But seeing him do what he does and taking his time and not splurging his money on everything, he's smart. He has a wife. He doesn't have any kids, though. But he's smart with his money, and he's very patient. He's not out there trying to get at people or bother people. He's in his own path, doing his own thing, and he'll support when he can, and that's the coolest thing about him. He's not going to try to hide anything from you. He'll help you in any kind of way. You ask him a question, he's going to let you know.
Yeah.
But he had some dope cars. He had some really dope cars, though. So seeing him with some cars, it motivated me to be in the car scene. I didn't know what I wanted, so actually he was the one that made me get an Evo. He told me about the Evo X MR, because at that point, I didn't know how to drive manual. But now I do. Thankfully, it's so much better. But he told me about the Evo, and I got that, and I loved it ever since. I think it's beautiful.
You know, I feel like one thing that's very important in life, and like you said, you may use him as a mentor example. I feel like people are influenced one way or another by people. I guess it's all about who you decide let you influence you, because that's what I feel like from what you just told me. That's a really good influence. Not only did he bring you into the car scene, he kind of helped you in the financial side of things, which is very hard to understand. He also brought you into, you said crypto, and then you picked up trading stocks and stuff from there.
Yep, just to get more into it, yeah.
I feel like that's a way better mentor than most people nowadays. That's a very good person to look up to compared to what most people look up to nowadays. I feel like
sure. You just got to stay in touch. A lot of people are just going to talk to that person once or twice and not really stay in touch. You got to keep on going back to that person, and, you know.
I feel like young guys, I feel like with younger people, it's very easy to kind of like sway them into things that really aren't important, like rappers, and like they're influenced by that. But I feel like young people are influenced by too many things, and it's up to them to decide like if they want to be influenced by something good or something bad. And the early on influence you have in your life is kind of dictates where your life goes. And I'm a strong believer in like you are. I've heard this saying a lot. I'm sure you have too. Is like you are the result of the 5 people you hang around most, and it's 100% true. But I'm trying to kind of like, I'm not saying change who I hang around with, but kind of dictate who influences me a little better. Like you are definitely one of those people. Like I said, props to that. I've told you before. You do a lot of good for the community, for people around you, for yourself. I feel like I pick up a lot from that. A lot of trading friends I have too. On the trading side of things, you are also one of those people too. So I feel like you are a very good person for that. And I feel like, you know, there's a 4-year age gap, maybe close to 5. But like I said, like I'm younger, and I try to pick up from good people. I feel like you're one of those good people that I'll be able to say in the future, like, yeah, no, my boy Dani, he told me this. I saw him doing this and that. So that kind of like, it's definitely credits due there.
Appreciate it for sure.
Yeah, bro.
Definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, it's like good.
Yeah.
All right. So we just took another break, but what's one thing Upper Echelon did, or anything like car related that you made happen that it just happened and you never expected that to happen, or like a result that you were like, damn, this is like crazy. I never expected this.
That's a good question. Yeah. I would say the community coming out there, just the way they supported. I really don't market it as much as I could. I definitely could do more, but seeing the people that I don't know and don't really use social media, that just like stop by, that are just driving by an event, see it. It's really cool to see they enjoy the environment around them, that they have no idea what it is. My last Perfect Pollo event, actually, there was a guy that was inside eating, He's a truck driver from New York.
Mm.
He has a few cars himself, apparently. And he just walked outside and said he ate outside instead. Just walked around for like 4 hours.
Huh.
He said, I just couldn't leave. I just enjoyed it so much. And seeing stuff like that definitely surprises me. I'm like, man, wow, that's awesome. Because the one thing I really try to push out there is to entertain people in a positive way, in a fun way. And it took a long time to figure that out and do it the right way with the people around me to do it with. Because you just can't have a club with nice cars, man. You really can't. I mean, they could just be sitting around and talking crap about everybody there. You know? You don't want a guy with the Lambo to pull up and start talking crap about a guy that got the Honda. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? That Honda could gap your shit. You don't know. You gotta respect everybody, man. You gotta respect everybody. Respect to be respected. And, everybody in the club definitely does that. So definitely, it's something that's awesome, and I didn't expect it to come as is like this for sure. It's come in like a drift, just slowly, smoothly comes. So it's not been as rocky as I expected to just get members.
Yeah, because I feel like that's very hard to do. Like, how do you go about reaching out to people, like someone like that has kind of like higher end? Let's just say like someone like Jason with the Lambo, Corey with the NSX, Mike with the R8. How do you go about like reaching people like that and kind of like having them feeling welcomed or just coming out to events and stuff? Because I feel like that's people. I feel like everybody in the club kind of runs on a busy schedule.
Yeah.
And a lot of people can't even really make it out to the events. But like
every event we have, I'm not for cutting you off, but every event we have is different cars you see it usually.
Yeah.
I mean, we went from Springfest to having the Honda drag cars and the GTR and all that kind of stuff, the Evos, to switching it up to have the truck and Lambo and all the Viper and all that stuff. So
that's one thing I feel like Upper Echelon does really good. People never know really what to expect.
Definitely not. I don't like to announce members sometimes. I like to spice it up for people, like to kind of surprise people.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, okay, nice. But it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, because I feel like that's really hard to do, because I feel like a lot of car clubs nowadays only have their, like, I guess there's 6 cars and they don't switch it up. That's what their club is known for. Mm-hmm. But Upper Echelon is like, it's like, I guess it's more like whoever can make it out here for this event. But like, there are no misses. It's all banger cars. So
yeah, everybody in the club usually is spicy taste, and I don't usually allow them to give me a crappy taste. We're very picky with our cars, and we're very honest with each other in the chat, as you see in the chat.
Yeah.
We talk crap to each other all the time. But it's not in a bad way. It's in a good way, in a respectful way. But the people to get them in the club, really, I mean, I usually talk to these people before I invite them in the club. Really get to understand who they are and kind of get a feeling for them. There are people in the club that I've texted only and got them in the club first. But I kind of knew who they were about. I saw what their aspect was in life and kind of how they moved in life. And I really liked that. We talked a little bit on the phone and chat a little bit. And I let them in. And then there's one thing I can always do is kick them out, though. I can kick them out very quickly. And I don't hesitate if I see something wrong to kick somebody out, because I'm not going to risk it compromising anybody else in the club. This is a sanctuary for people mentally. And it's something I take very serious and pride in, for people to come around and really enjoy their life with rough things around. There's a lot of people in the club that have a lot of things going on in their life, and everybody does. This is a getaway for them. This is the last thing I want to be, for being something that's make your head harder to work with, you know.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I really try to push pride for, and really push out there. It's more than a club, and that's really what I push out there. It's serious, and it's something I really want people to live with and be fulfilled in life with when they go out and have fun with it.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely see, or I definitely feel the results of the pride you take in. 'Cause I mean, I feel like same goes for everybody else. When they come out to even Perfect Boyo Meets, where it's just a chill spot with, you know, just the Upper Echelon people, I feel like it's like a chill spot. People are welcomed. It's like people feel the results of your actions. Like you said, the truck driver, you know, he was like, oh man, yeah, I just couldn't leave. You don't know how you impact people. I feel like Upper Echelon definitely impacts people in a positive way. But I feel like that's something you do really good. And the pride, like I said, you get what you give. I feel like people receive what you put into.
Definitely. You definitely get what you give, and that's definitely a strong Quote.
I see the hoodie you got on there. Night moves.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
that's new, right?
Yeah, the new hoodie, man.
A new hoodie.
I would stand it up, but I don't really feel like it.
I feel that now, yeah. So,
but this is the new merch. Just came out. It's on the website.
It's on the website.
UpperEchelonMerch.com.
UpperEchelonMerch.com. It'll be link in bio. Like I said, people normally see me around. I'll most likely have Upper Echelon merch on. I feel like I've told you, like those sweatpants.
Yeah.
A lot of people have seen with the Upper Echelon sweatpants. Those are like my go-tos.
Yeah, I'm gonna make an updated version here soon for them.
Look, one thing, Upper Echelon isn't just a car club. They do merch, and it's not like half-ass merch. They have like some really fire things. Like, I don't know if people remember when I met King Batch on stage. Yeah. I had this hoodie on. I have this hoodie in white and black, purple and black. I need to get that one. That one's fire.
Yeah. I'll make some more.
So I feel like Upper Echelon definitely has some really good clothes. So like they're trying to. I don't know. I feel like they don't even really need to try to grow as a brand. I feel like whoever wants to support can support, and I feel like they focus on quality, not quantity.
Yeah, I mean, end of the day, we're not gonna try to get your money and grab your money. It's not like come, please buy. It's more like, do you like it? Do you enjoy it? Do you want to wear it? Because my whole aspect with the apparel is you can run into somebody on the streets that has the same merch on as you and be like, oh, and be like instant friends with that person because they have the same mindset as you. And that's the whole goal of it. It could be complete strangers.
I don't even mean to cut you off, but I related to that a lot because I went out to the Cars and Coffee one time, and I had on, I'm pretty sure I had on the Time Attack hoodie, and I saw somebody with Time Attack hoodie, and I was like, oh, he I don't know if he was a member or he just knew about it. So I definitely felt like more like comfortable if I had to go talk to that person because I feel like, he definitely knows about Upper Echelon. So I will say though, it does feel like a very like a it's not like just a shirt or thing. It's like feels like kind of like I wouldn't feel uncomfortable going up and talk to him.
Definitely not. I mean, even if it's someone that looks intimidating to you, I mean, it's anybody. Don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah. I mean, anybody's cool, man. Anybody's cool.
And you know what? Like I said, I don't even just wear that merch because I know you or because I like the cars that are behind the merch. I like the message it puts because I feel like a lot of them. One thing you do really good on the merchandise is you put everything has kind of like its own hidden meaning. Like I really like the collection with the two tones. You put be positive.
Yeah.
I feel like that spreads a good message. Be positive, but it's also a very slick looking thing. So I like that. I feel like people should be more positive towards each other.
Definitely.
And if I can have that message on the hoodie, something I like, I represent, it also look nice in it. So I feel like that's something I like.
Yeah, Be Positive collection was a very personal thing for me. It was just a time where I was really down in the dumps.
Yeah.
And I designed that to always remind me to be positive. Every time I wore it and looked at everything around me, I always had to look down and see what I was wearing and remember to be positive.
Yeah.
As well as the shorts I have, the No Plan B, just keep going. You just got to keep going. You know, it's rough and life is rough and you just got to keep going. There's no plan B in it. You just got to go. So that merch is definitely something that takes a lot of personal into me.
I feel like a lot of people see those shorts. Like, I haven't even seen those shorts, like the Upper Echelon shorts. I'm like, yo, I need a pair, but those sold out a while ago.
Yeah, they sold out instantly, basically. Those were quick. I haven't reopened them back up again because I wasn't really happy about how they actually came out. They were nice. They're not bad. Actually, I just had Anthony Chiofi. Shout out to him. He's an NFL player. He's actually in the XFL Combine right now, though. He was wearing them at his workout. But I want to make them a little better to make them smoother for everybody. But I'm glad to see that they're good to work out in very serious environments. It's pretty cool.
If I'm not wrong, I think I remember correctly. You had somebody, I'm not sure, wearing it or modeling it. Somebody out in Paris, if I'm not wrong?
Yes.
Right?
I'm forgetting Brody's name right now. He's Italian, so I don't know how to say his name. But yeah, there's two of them out there. My buddy Essek has a jewelry company in, I think, Italy. And the other one is also in Italy. He has a Ferrari. But that guy, he works in a mechanic shop, believe it or not. I don't know how these guys afford these cars working at these places. I want to go to Italy and figure this out because I don't know what's going on over there. Everybody has supercars apparently.
Is that definitely like a big accomplishment or achievement for you? Like yo, how is it that something I started here in Ashland, Virginia, go out to Italy, you know? So.
Definitely. It's awesome. It's actually really cool. I did that because when I first started the website, I started getting a lot of international orders rather than at national orders, and it was really domestic orders, because it was weird.
How do you think people found out about Upper Echelon internationally though?
I want to say TikTok. I want to say TikTok. That's what I really want to say. Because I mean, I only had about 30 hoodies, 30 shorts on the website, and they sold out in about 3 days.
Yeah.
And most of that came from the UK. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I really don't. I looked into it. I tried to see if the designs I had were just popular over there and figure it out, but I couldn't see anything that was too similar. Mm-hmm. But it's cool.
Yeah. So I feel like we talked about a pretty decent amount of things.
Yeah.
Is there something that maybe I didn't ask, something you wanted to share that that you may want to say?
I would just say to end it off on a serious note, not a sad note, but a serious note. Men's mental health is a serious thing. And I've had 2 friends pass away in the past 3 months off of suicide. And it's very unfortunate, and it's a hard thing people deal with in a quiet environment, and we all deal with it. But it's something that people should definitely look out to reach out for somebody to help with, because the worst thing can always happen, and you don't want to do that. So that's one thing I just want to push out there for sure, is men's mental health.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big issue. I feel like that's another reason why you know what I'm saying, you don't judge a book by its cover. You don't know what people are going through.
Definitely.
Oh man, that's another reason why I do like what you stand for. Be positive. Be positive and never judge a book by its cover. Go hand in hand in various like aspects of life. You like remember we were saying earlier, you don't know what that one thing you said to that one person may affect them.
Definitely.
They may forget 10 seconds. It might go on with them for the rest of their life.
Definitely.
And all it takes, for a lot of people, all it takes is that one more thing for them to take it to the edge, you know. But I definitely do feel like depression and anything like that is a very serious issue, especially in men. Because if I'm not wrong, I think 70% of suicides are from men. I feel like I definitely do feel like that's an issue that could be better addressed and paid more attention to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I feel like, just to end this off on a good note, if you could be remembered for one thing, what would you like that to be?
I don't know.
Like, so when people think of you, like,
I like sending it, man. I like sending it. You know, no matter what it is, I'll send it. I'll send it, man. You give me a car to get right in, I'll send it. You give me a task to do, I'll send it. I'm always about just pushing everything forward, I guess.
I guess it depends on what people would choose to remember you for.
For sure.
Okay,
yeah.
I like that. I like that. But yeah, guys, like I said, this was the first episode, special interview. Not every episode will be an interview, but I feel like Dani was definitely somebody that I had planned for a while, that I really wanted him to be the first person on here. Definitely set the tone for the podcast. He's just a really good person. I like what he stands for. He has a lot going on, and I feel like he's a very interesting individual. So thank you so much, Dani, for coming on here. Like, I mean, it means a lot, you know. I mean, I'm sure it's my first video. It's a little nerve-wracking, but like, I definitely feel like I didn't want anybody on here on the first one besides you. So
I really appreciate it. It's been fun.
Yeah, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Next time. Is that gonna be the last time then? All right. So you guys might see Dani again sometime in the future back on here. So I think that's where we're gonna cut it. Yeah. So make sure to like and subscribe. Link in the bio to Upper Echelon 804 Meets page. Also, link in the bio to the Upper Echelon website for the merch. If you guys want to take a look, you guys don't even have to buy anything. Just take a look, and you guys might recognize it sometime when you guys go to car events. So, yeah, I think that's where we're going to end it off. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Later.
Peace.
Good?